Political unrest in the African nation of Burundi seethed on Thursday as protesters burned a man alive in the capital. Demonstrators have taken to the streets there for almost 2 weeks against the president's bid for a third term. And the violence has plunged the country into its worst crisis since the end of a civil war in 2005. The opposition says the vote should be delayed because there is no security, but the president is not backing down.
We are letting Burundians and the rest of the world know that if I get voted in, then it will be my last term as is stipulated in the Constitution.
A photographer for the Associated Press has seen some of that violence firsthand. Jerome Daly took some incredible but disturbing pictures. He joins us now via Skype from the capital, Bujumbura. Jeremy, thanks so much for joining us. Now, you've witnessed some brutal attacks, particularly the leader of the youth militia, who was hunted down by a mob. Can you talk us through what you saw?
Well, what happened is like most mornings here in Bujumbura, the kids go in the streets and set up barricades and play a game of cat and mouse with the police. Except this morning, something happened a bit differently. Some pro-government militiaman, youth militiaman, the Imbonerakure, actually joined, and there was a big confrontation between the two groups. The army came to try to separate them. One man was killed, witnesses say by police, a grenade was thrown, and then a group of demonstrators just went through the neighborhood as a mob and telling people to either join the protest or else. And they targeted a man who was a suspected Imbonerakure and pretty much chased him in a house and beat him almost to a pulp.
It's just horrific, and we know that more than a dozen people have been killed. The president, of course, is calling for an end to the unrest so that the elections can be held next month, but protesters don't want him to seek a third term in office, do they?
I'm sorry, I didn't quite get what you said, if you could repeat.
I said the president is calling for an end to the unrest, but the protesters do not want to see the president seek a third term in office.
Well, the thing is that most people here see that the president running for a third term is a violation of the Arusha Accord and also the Constitution, which the Constitution Court here has agreed that the president could run for a third term. The whole argument is that the first time he was just nominated by the parliament. The main feeling in the street is that the people felt forgotten, that the international community just hasn't moved at all on the situation in Burundi, that all the red lights were out and nobody saw it. The East African community is slowly starting to look into the situation. Foreign ministers came here yesterday. There is a summit that is called to be held in Tanzania in a few days. But people are crying out for the international community to make a move and to take action.
And we know, of course, that tens of thousands of people are fleeing. Are you getting the feeling that this violence will continue?
Well, if nothing is done, I'm afraid that, yes, the violence will continue. Now, it is, I don't want to say sporadic, but it is spread in various neighborhoods of the town. Downtown hasn't been touched yet. Some attempts were made a few days ago, but they were repressed very, very fast. So the violence is confined to neighborhoods around the city. But what I saw today, sadly, that reminded me of a lot of things that I've seen and experienced in Central African Republic last year.